Plastics are everywhere. Since the 1950s, humans have moved away from reusable materials and into the world of single-use plastics. Since then, humans have amassed over 8.3 billion metric tons of plastic, leading to 6.3 billion tons of waste being put into the environment. These plastics don't simply degrade. Rather, they break down to smaller and smaller fragments known as microplastics. These particles of plastic have begun to infiltrate every system on Earth, from our air to our water supply to our own bodies. Microplastics can enter systems through numerous pathways. Larger plastic items, such as plastic bags, bottles, or packaging, slowly lose fragments due to abrasion and sunlight. Other plastics are made to be very small, such as microbeads used in personal care products or synthetic fibers used in clothing. Smaller particles enter water supplies very easily, and wastewater plants are not equipped to fully filter microplastics out of the existing water supply. This allows microplastics to enter freshwater lakes, where they then accumulate and move throughout the food web. Biologically, microplastics pose many risks to both humans and animals. For aquatic life, species such as fish and turtles often mistake plastics for food. Once ingested, these plastic pieces cause internal blockages, which often lead to death for the animals. Microplastics also have a detrimental impact on humans, and the more we research, the more severe the impact seems to be. Studies have detected microplastics in our drinking water, our food, and even human tissue and fetal membranes.
Tracy, a grave, growing, and under-recognized danger. What is that danger? Explain the danger to us.
Plastic contains thousands of toxic chemicals. Some of them we know something about, and some of them we don't know anything about. But the ones that we do know about, we know that they can lead to increased risk of multiple different types of chronic health effects. For example, one chemical that's used commonly in plastics to which we are all exposed are phthalates. These are chemicals that are used in everything from vinyl flooring, curtains, plastic couches, even in your car, cosmetics, fragrances. These chemicals are ubiquitous. They're measured in everybody, and we know they increase the risk of multiple adverse health conditions like obesity and diabetes, and they can increase the risk of preterm birth.
So when did you first realize that plastic pollution was a serious issue?
Probably at the beginning of this year when I first started my communications class. So my communications class is sustainability based. There was some girl in my class that was talking about how plastic turns into microplastics and affects oceans, fish, people, and your long-term health. I also watched a documentary just recently, and it's called Plastic Detox, and it's about how plastic affects your fertility.
Has learning about microplastics changed any of your habits?
Yeah, I've switched from plastic, like hygiene stuff, to glass and just like bars of soap.
Does it concern you that microplastics have been found in food, water, and human tissue?
Yes, because most people have that much in them. Most people have like a credit card or a spoonful of plastic in their body right now.
Do you think if more people were educated about microplastics, they would also change their habits?
I feel like it's really hard in the long run to get people to sway away from plastic because it is a part of our everyday lives, but maybe in the future, if we did something about it, like using an alternative like
Microplastics are a major environmental concern, but their impact can be reduced through practical everyday choices, like cutting back on single-use plastics such as bags, straws, and packaging materials. Using reusable or biodegradable options instead, including stainless steel water bottles and soap bars, will help avoid plastic altogether. Small shifts in daily habits, especially among college students, make a real difference when many people participate, whether that means avoiding unnecessary plastic or supporting companies that prioritize sustainable materials. Freshwater is a nonprofit organization in Minnesota that is dedicated to protecting clean, sustainable water so that communities, ecosystems, and economies stay healthy. It was formally recognized in the state of Minnesota in 1968. Ever since then, this organization has cleaned over 11,000 miles of shoreline and picked up about 6.5 million pounds of trash. Even though microplastic pollution is a serious issue, there is still hope. With better technology, organizations helping to make a difference, and consistent everyday actions, it is possible to reduce microplastics and protect ecosystems for the future.